Hello, my name is Justin Majayi, and I'm currently an undergraduate at the University at Buffalo in the business program for finance. And today, I'm here to discuss an important philosophy on how to live life. And now, I'm here because I imagine not only myself, but most people in my audience are being affected by the coronavirus. And that instead of being on campus right now and living my life and going to class, enjoying the things that life has to offer, or even if you're in the audience and you don't, if you're not in school and you're at home and you're not seeing your friends, or you have a job and you can't even go into the office workspace, I understand that we're all feeling like that. And I want today to discuss an important philosophy of life and how to live life and fulfill every single minute of every day to make sure that we maximize our potential and our purpose for being here. And I want to discuss this key point and key example driven by the one and only Jim Valvano. And Jim Valvano, a little bit of background on him is he used to be a college and professional basketball player as well as a coach, and he was unfortunately diagnosed with cancer later in his life. And at the ESPYs, he gave a very important speech on how to live your life every day, and that is to think, laugh, and cry. But I'm not here to just tell you that Jim Valvano told us to think, laugh, and cry, because although he laid this up as a great example, and this is exactly what I want to drive upon. I'm going to analyze why this is the key philosophy for how to live a purposeful and meaningful life while caring and maximizing everything that you could be during your time. And unfortunately, Jim Valvano's life ended early, but he was fortunate that his mindset was like this and that he could think, laugh, and cry every day. And now I want to touch upon those three characteristics of this philosophy. And one is think. Every day we must think. We have to think maybe about yesterday, maybe about what are we going to do today, a calendar, just thinking about ordinary things like that. Or we could even think about the future. For example, today, just thinking about my academic work is working my brain. It's getting me thinking about what I have to get done today. What is my purpose? How can I maximize my potential to complete this assignment? And even for everybody else here, you could think about what are you going to do at work today? What's for breakfast even? The minor things that we need to think about and just conceptualize in our brain of what we need to do next. And it doesn't matter how you're thinking if you get the idea. If you don't get the idea, is your brain churning is the real question. Is your brain churning? Is the gears working to elaborate and expand upon a thought that you may have? And now you need to be asking questions for yourself. You need to be questioning yourself, questioning your friends, family, trying to figure out more about everyone. Because in the end, it's really trying to connect your brain to your heart. And when we talk about thinking, we want to make ourselves better. And we want to make this another time to where we can expand upon ourselves and what we're doing. Now, when you think, you want to think about everything that's revolving around you today and how those decisions were impacted by your past. And then you want to think towards the future. And by thinking about all of these and thinking every day, no matter if it's by yourself, with your friends, with your family, it'll all start coming together because eventually your heart's going to catch up and you're going to start thinking about what mistakes have you made, what successes were along that path, and really how can you elaborate and find your weaknesses, find the problems that you're dealing with, and think about how you could turn that around and make it a positive. How can we put a smile on all of our faces every day, even though we might be cooped up in this scenario of COVID-19? How could we all wake up, whether we woke up one day and we were diagnosed with cancer, unfortunate? What if we woke up and we got a bad grade on the test? What if we woke up and we found out a family member was ill? It's all thinking and how we could think about what to do next. We can't think about the negatives in life, but we can think about what we can do now to make our lives better and put a smile on our face. And that leads me to the next emotion. Our emotions lead to our heart, and our heart is going to give off our emotion by connecting with our brain. And we're analyzing our life with not only our brain now, but we'll be analyzing it with our heart. And that's what leads us to our next emotion, which is laugh. And I love, excuse me, I laugh every time I see this cartoon because it makes me laugh. And I know maybe it put some smiles on your faces, but that was the point. The point that I've thought about this presentation, and I think looking at this picture is going to make me laugh. And seeing everyone in the audience that put a smile on their face and laughed, that makes me feel good. And I had to enjoy, and I just got to enjoy that moment for what I just did. I got to enjoy that. I got to laugh. I got to enjoy and laugh at even the mistakes. I might have made a mistake by not being professional enough on this presentation and having a cartoon as my picture. But I feel that learning and laughing from a mistake that could potentially arise from having a cartoon, laughing at that, and having my audience laugh at that as well, is honestly bringing us all together and connecting us all to this one picture. And we're all thinking about how we're laughing and thinking about what are we doing now. And that's what I want it to come to. I want our heart to start reacting with our brain. I want when we laugh to start thinking about how we can make others laugh and how we can laugh all the time and how we can always focus on the positives in life and never leave anything behind negative. And we want to live life always in the positive, as I said, and take our life as it comes and roll with it. And what I mean by that is if something negative happens to us, yes, we need to think about it, we need to deal with it, and then we need to start acting on how we can make this into a positive. How can we enjoy? How can we think and make this into a positive scenario? Can we start doing things to make it better? What can we start looking forward to do to ultimately resolve this situation? And there's one more emotion that Jim Valvano is key upon, and that is whether you cry about joy or you cry in sadness, it doesn't matter. It's the point about getting your past emotions, your current emotions, your emotions about the future out. And it's about expressing that not only within yourself, but within people in your community, within your family, your friends. It's about getting this all out, because if you bottle it all up, if you bottle up all the negative energy in your brain, in your heart, you're not going to be able to live with a smile on your face. And whether you're crying about joy, about an accomplishment, or you're crying about sadness about something that happened or something that will happen, we need to make sure that we let this out and that we're talking about it with our mentors, with our family, that we're not keeping it bottled up with the side, because this is going to allow us to put a smile on our face. Other people will react. Other people now will have heart. They're thinking about it. They're developing it. They're feeling it in their heart. You're allowed to live and express your feelings, and you want to cry, let out your emotions, and eventually be able to move on with a smile on your face and then continue to live your life to the fullest. And again, I would like to repeat this. It doesn't matter if you cry of sadness, because we don't want to think about the sadness if we don't have to, or if we're not ready to think about it. We want to think about the positives then, think about our accomplishments, what we did, cry in joy of a joke, cry, get the emotions out, feel good, let your heart breathe, let your brain think, take in all the emotions, and you really want to connect with your heart and your feelings and really connect that all with your brain, and everything that you do in life, you want to do to the fullest and make it positive. And again, by crying and letting out all your emotions, I will be sure that everyone here has a clear mind by the end of this day. If you cried today, I guarantee you will have a clear mind to think and enjoy and put a smile on your face at the end of the day, because at that end of the day, you want to have a smile on your face so that you're ready to live the next day to the fullest. And that is my main goal here, that we cannot sit in the past. We cannot think about the negatives. If something negative happens to us, we need to immediately think. We need to laugh. We need to cry, let out our emotions in order for us to think straight and continue to live a positive, fulfilling life for every day, every minute, every week, every year. Because if we do that, no matter how long or short we are on this earth, we will live every day and enjoy every day to the fullest. And I'd love to thank Jim Valvano for inspiring me. He was a great guy. He seems like a great guy, although I never got to meet him in person. He really drives home a strong message for all of us to think about, and that's how to live our life to the fullest every single second of the day. And that's by the key 3 characteristics of the philosophy to life. And that is to think, to laugh, and to cry. And if you do all of those every single day, you won't miss out on any positive or any moment of your life. And I appreciate everyone here listening to me, and I hope everyone gets out there with a smile on their face and could enjoy their life to the fullest every single second of the day. Thank you again.